being selfish is the only way to succeed at life. And I truly believe in this statement. And you may be disagreeing with me right now, shouting at your screen like, bro, what are you talking about? Being selfish, that's, cruel. You should be selfish. But let me explain to you. Right? You see, back when I was this really nice guy that used to, put everyone first and, was just trying to get on everyone's good side, people would just walk all over me, treat me like trash, and just not show me that level of respect that they would be showing other people that weren't as respectful as me, and in fact was actually selfish. Even though I'm a good guy and I shouldn't be disrespected in reality, I still am getting disrespected, and I still do have this social anxiety that, I'm insecure about myself and what others think about me. But as soon as I switch my mindset to a mindset that I won't say most people, because, I feel like a lot of people out there do have social anxiety, but a lot of people do have, where they just gain this selfish mindset where they just could not care less about what anyone thinks about them, right? Like maybe they care about like what their close family and friends thinks, right? But anyone else, like random strangers or even like somewhat acquaintances, they don't care because they mean nothing to them. They're not going to affect their life, right? It is their life. So why are they worrying about what other people think? As soon as I switch my mindset to their mindset, I've just been feeling way more confident. I'm able to talk to people better, you stutter less, have, better eye contact, all stuff like this, right? That you need, especially as a man. Like as a girl, you can get away with not having the best social skills, right? But as a guy, it's something you need. It is, on the criteria for a masculine man. And, even though it's, not correct, it's not morally correct, I just think of like all these like great men like Alexander the Great and freaking Napoleon that used to just freaking conquer freaking countries and stuff like that, and I think to myself, were these people kind and respectful? Did they, did they like care about other people's feelings and what they thought about them? No, they just did whatever they want to satisfy their needs. And as long as it is obviously conquering countries and murdering people, the point is they were confident and they had that, that grit in them, that selfishness that you need as a man, right? You need to, have that selfishness that you can, turn on like with a switch right in your brain, where if you're having a nice wholesome conversation with your mum, obviously don't be selfish. But if someone's picking on you, annoying you, turn that selfish side on, stand up for yourself. Don't try to just be nice and it's okay. No, you got to turn that selfishness on so they show you more respect, so they stop walking over you and disrespecting you. And unfortunate truth is 99%, if scrap that, every successful person is selfish to an extent, whether that's in business, that's in relationships, whatever it is. You have to be selfish to an extent. You have to have your own boundaries in a relationship. For example, if your girl wants to go and party, you have to have that selfish side to you where you're like, no, I don't want you to go out and party with those degenerate other women and the being around degenerate other men. I want you to just like do wholesome things, right? You need to have that selfishness, and you need to have selfishness in business, putting yourself first and grinding, not stopping, not listening to your mum that might say, oh, just calm down, it's okay, just relax, just take a break. No, we cannot take a break. So you have to be selfish in all aspects of life, most aspects of life, I should say. That selfishness creates confidence because let's say you meditate, you work out, you're doing all the self-improvement habits, and you feel like your life's going pretty well, it's pretty productive at the moment, but you still have social anxiety. Why do you have social anxiety when your life is going so well, right? So you need to activate that selfishness in your mind and be like, look at all these losers. There's no way that guy's meditating, that girl's meditating, that guy's working out, look at him, look how fat he is. You know what I mean, right? You have to activate that selfishness in your mind when you go through life, especially in social situations, so people view you as this masculine man. And all these feminists will say, oh, it's toxic masculinity. I really do not like that phrase, because so many guys aren't even toxic and they get called toxic anyways. It's not being toxic, it's being confident within yourself. And you may put on that tough guy persona and a guy or a girl is like, you're being too harsh, you're being too mean. But deep down, those girls and those guys have more respect for you than the next man that's just letting himself get walked all over by all these girls and guys. Unfortunately, I learned this the hard way. I learned that I had to be selfish to an extent to get through life. And all that, like I said, all that selfishness does is just build more confidence for yourself, because you start to look down on people in a healthy way. You start to look down on people and be like, why am I so nervous being around these losers, right? Like, you need to have more self-respect. It's about having self-respect as well, because, assuming that you are on self-improvement as well, you've put in all these hours of work in, and you're not giving yourself the respect to keep calm in a social situation around people that are degenerates. Most of the time you have social anxiety, like to meet a friend or something, and most of the time they're a degenerate while you're on self-improvement. So it's like, why are we even nervous? So whenever someone tells you to stop being selfish, stop trying to be masculine, it's bad for you, don't listen to them. Do what is right for you. If you, try to be selfish and it doesn't work for you for some reason, fair enough, go back to your old ways. But I truly do believe if you look at life in this different way, where you honestly think that you are one of the best people around, and you just think it's all about having self-respect. It's all about, what have you done compared to what I have done? And obviously, you don't really know what they've done unless you actually ask them. But just assume, right? Look at the random guy you walk past, right? Does he look good? Does he have a good physique? Or is he just fat? You know what I mean? Look at that woman over there. Is she vaping? Is she just got a bunch of makeup on, just looking degenerate? You know what I mean? Like, you got to have self-respect for yourself. And once you realize that all these people are just low lives that are like, most of the time actually have worse lives than you won't even have social anxiety anymore. The reason why social anxiety exists is because we just assume that like everyone is better than us. It's not true. We're not giving ourselves enough respect. We have to put ourselves above everyone. We have to have that grit, that selfishness. So, if you feel like sometimes, maybe I'm being too selfish, maybe I shouldn't look down on people. Yes, look down on people. Look down on most of the people you go by in your day-to-day. Obviously, don't look down on your mom. Don't look down on, people that actually love you. Look down on people that couldn't care less about you, because, if they watch this video right now and took my advice, they'd be doing the same to you. They'd be looking down on you. So make sure you look down on them. Thank you for watching as always. Take care and peace. If you did enjoy this video, consider subscribing, and yeah, whatever. Peace. Bye-bye.